Good day, YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's very differently hot video on YouTube. It is blisteringly hot. It's like I'm in the equator again, isn't it? Or any other tropical country. Like so. Anyways, out and about, we have got a honeybee that's struggling, and it's actually sitting on one of my pumpkin seedlings. I think it really needs a good drink. But anyways, hey, so far so good. I'm going to show you around my backyard garden. And hopefully it's going to be a very good dedicated tour. I won't spend that long because obviously I don't want to get too sunburnt and scorched through the summer heat that's actually happening at the moment. But however, with that being said, I'm going to compensate going towards a place called Ellswood Lakes. You might have heard about that place on previous videos on my YouTube channel. But anyways, we've got a white butterfly that's like fluttering around and scuttling around for some flowers. And we've got some construction power tools that are very much taking over the background. But anyways, so with that being said, let's have a good crisscross and see what we have across this backyard garden and see what great stuff I have pretty much planted so far today. Okie dokies, we've got some fresh potatoes. Yes, some fresh looking potato seedlings. They might be growing taller than usual because of how cluttered they are in terms of, basically how many root rise on vegetables I put in. I think I put in like 8 or 9 earlier in the month. Oh, the butterflies were fighting earlier on. Did you just see that? Anyways, we've got some potato seedlings. I've actually grown them into like a cluster. And what I've done so far with the potatoes is that, hey, bring right on. I've made a big, nice, healthy clutch, and hopefully as these things are going to grow widely and extensively, because I've been watering like twice this morning, and I didn't actually water them yesterday, so I just thought every morning I should probably give them a very good dose of water, which is a very good thing. There was some residue water left in that tub, and the power tools are straight for driving me crazy. But anyways, I'm going to tip this over. Looks very good. So far so good. My backyard garden's doing incredibly well. There's noise right over in the backyard garden. On the left, we've got a lot of calendula seeds. We've got more calendulas, which are extensively growing so vastly, which is nice to know. More nasturtiums. In fact, we've got a lot of baby and juvenile nasturtiums now. They're actually starting to expand. And in that case, hey, here's a good example. One of my nasturtiums has actually decided to basically grow a nice, thin-looking extension. Hopefully, we will start to see some buds and flowers and seed heads popping right out. And yes, I did see quite a few nasturtium seed heads popping right out. I also saw quite a few of them in my backyard gardens, hanging basket nasturtiums, which is nice to know. We have got a butterfly. Yeah, I don't know if these are cabbage white butterflies. And what is that one? Is that like a tortoiseshell? A small tortoiseshell butterfly? Yeah, the tortoiseshells butterflies. Sorry, I can't even pronounce them right. But anyways, they are hovering, and there's a plane outside. Yes, you can see how hot the sky is. I'll show you the sun later on. As you can see. Oh look, there's 2 planes. There's one small one on the foreground, and then there's a big one that's actually like spitting out lots of chemtrails. That's climate change / global warming for ya. Right, anyways, so let's continue and forge our way in. We've got some big sized nasturtiums and some pumpkin seedlings. And yes, I did speak about earlier on, the pumpkin seedlings have been a highly successful plant. And the reason why they've been highly successful is because, hey, I've been not only watering them like once or twice every morning, every evening, and every single day throughout every single heat wave, but also the best thing I did was, in order to get them very nicely grown, let's just say superficially, was to, guess what, add some fertilizer, like niches, by putting banana peel fertilizers, well actually, banana peels, watermelon skins, or shell casings, we're going to call them, eggshells, onion skins, potato peels. That's a very nice thing of me to do so. And as you can see, that pumpkin is growing extensively. It's looking a little bit like Cinderella in the middle of a hot day. How nice is that? Hopefully these flowers will start to emerge and probably produce flowers for the bees and the butterflies and other critters like that to pollinate. And we can see a butterfly that looks like it's trying to get through towards that thistle, It looks like Jack and the Beanstalk. And actually, speaking of Jack and the Beanstalk, I've actually been, guess what? Sorry for the pun. Planting some beans! Yay! And guess what? I've also harvested some beans before the hot, blistering sunlight decided to wilt my precious looking crops. Well, they were failed attempts, but guess what? I have got broad beans, hey, and they do look very, very nice. Hopefully, once they've been prepared for dinner tonight, it's going to be completely and utterly awesome. Well, I forgot to turn the brightness down, so we've got a lot of nasturtium blossoms, like so, and as you can see, hey, they really do work so well. And as they re-emerge from like the previous crop that I've actually planted last year, you can start to see the explosion of nasturtiums. We've got like red flowers, orange flowers, and also some calendulas. We've got white flowers, which very strange enough looks a little bit like a daisy, but with a hint of calendula. We've got orange flowers, yellow flowers. Oh man, it's very much attacking. Yeah, I have to say the blossoms are very much attacking my neighborhood so far. Hey, this is so good. They are pretty much putting up a very dangerously dazzling of colors. Very, very nice. And we've also got some sunflowers here. And as you can see, I can start to see another sunflower head. There's probably going to be like 1 or 2 sunflowers that might start to peep out from here, which would be very, very nice. Quite nice when you have sunflowers. And same the other one here, aren't sunflowers supposed to be part of the daisy family? I can't really remember which flowers they are. I can't really remember which flower family there is, hey? I have no idea. But anyway, that big pumpkin seedling has started to basically spew out some fantastic looking flower heads. And if I turn up the brightness and zoom in closely, look at that. I can see some flower heads starting to pop out from that beast. And look at the number of butterflies. They are certainly fluttering together. And because it's a hot day, they are very much fluttering and scuttling around across through. Wow, can you believe it? They really are having a wonderful time. And yes, here we go. Here is the hot, blistering sunlight. It really so far, though it has been causing a lot of mortality rates for various insects because of the hot weather. Butterfly numbers have actually been doing so much better than the last 2 years ago. I think in 2020 we actually had one of the worst levels of butterfly levels, one of the lowest so far, because we had a lot of wet weather during spring of 2024, if I can really remember about that. Wet winter and spring has really caused a bit of a, let's just say, a bit of a drop. And as you can see, the butterflies are straightforward fluttering around. Then, yeah, you can just see, look at that. There's about 3 of them, or possibly 4. Who knows about that? The number of butterflies is so amazing. You can just see how they just scatter around and just flutter about. And there is a bumblebee here, which I think is having trouble. Yes, I think I should probably put like water and milk. Or not to something sugary. I don't know exactly how I can get these bees flying and buzzing out again. We've got more nasturtiums and calendulas, and as I said earlier before, they are performing exceptionally well. So good to this point, hey? And we've also got more big-sized pumpkin seedlings, and as you can see, hey, we've got another set of leaves. And then, as I said earlier before, hey, guess what? This pumpkin seedling is also surrounded by other pumpkin seedlings, which have, you know, well established their blossoms. As you can see, there's actually one right here that looks very, very nice. A very punchy looking blossom. Bud, whatever we're going to call it. Hey? Again, some more Cinderella vibes with the vine out there. Look at that. It's attenuating like so, hey. So extensive in the way my backyard is going, I have to say, hey. Some strawberry plants. Oops, sorry about the brightness. The strawberry plants have been doing so good. We've been getting quite a lot of hot weather so far, so the strawberries are doing so good. We just had 1 blossom, and hopefully we can get 2 bits of fruit along the way, hey? There's a big extensive nasturtium and a big sized calendula flower, as I said earlier before. There's actually so many of them. And is that a thistle? I can't really remember which one is which. Going around, the meadow looks oh so good. As you can see, we've got a lot of meadow plants. There's a red poppy. Okay, fairly amazing when you start to see so many plants growing. And then there's another pumpkin here as well, a pumpkin seedling, an onion, which I have to say they're all doing very well despite how hot it is outside. And I've basically given them quite a lot of water. We had a very, very hot summer, very long hot summer so far. And strange enough, let's take a look at the cornflowers. How are the cornflowers? Are they doing good? Yes, they are. I've actually added so much water into them. Hopefully I should go and get some fresh blossoms out. And what is that? a very beautiful 7-spotted ladybird. And I've just dropped the poor critter. Oh no. And then there's music. Oh, I think I need to evacuate. There's some copyright infringement going on here. Hey, but there you go. That is, of course, my backyard tour for today. And with the music blaring right out, without any copyright infringement, niceness, and whatever the hell is it going up to on my YouTube channel. Let's just hope it doesn't kill and crash over my YouTube channel. But there is one more thing. Now, I'd like to show you about the broad beans before I should probably bow out for my trip to the lakes for a nice cool-off to mimic that of the beach. The seaside, because I don't have that much money to go to the seaside, somehow. But anyways, hey, let's go ahead and show the broad beans. Now, I know these plants have been struggling so far because I can't get them upright. But we've actually got quite a few broad beans which have been highly good so far. Very, very good, I have to say, hey. Like this one here, it has been producing. There was a much larger sized bean that was producing, and I think they often tend to, I don't know, I think they were producing like flowers at first glance, but now, since, hey, guess what, they've been producing a lot of like beans, and there you go, there's some more beans right here, and actually, yes, there you go. Here's a bit of proof to you. There they are, there's the beans. Like so, hey, they've been doing oh so good. I'm after probably deadhead as many flower seed heads from the nasturtiums as I can. But my crikey Charlies, look at that. Thank goodness, even though they've been quite terrible in terms of their performance, the broad beans, however, have been doing oh so good. So much so, I could probably say, hey, I've been doing quite a lot of back gardening, and there's another sunflower seedling, which unfortunately is not going to be performing that great compared to, let's just say, the other 4 sunflower seedlings. And hey, who knows about that, of what miracles are yet to come. I'm just very curious of how my garden is going to be like as time flies by. And there's a beautiful looking butterfly. And off it goes. And we've got some bees. And look at that, that bee is actually flying. Is that a buff-tailed bumblebee? Or whatever. I can't really tell because I haven't got any entomology skills. This one here, has it got any beans left? No, I don't think there's any beans in that one. What about this one here? That's just a diet pot. But anyways, there you go. That is going to be about it for today's backyard gardening. I'm actually so glad that I finally got some broad beans well successfully harvested. I should probably come back in another time as long as I don't get way too hot. Anyways, if you really enjoyed this video so far, please give this video a very good like, subscribe for more flat videos like this, especially my backyard gardening tours, and I'm really curious to see, hey, who knows, I got a really nice yellow sunflower, because look at that, there's some yellow pigments, there's some yellow petals about to emerge from this beautiful thing. Anyways, I hope you really enjoyed the video. As always, thanks for watching, and bye for now.